One big concept came in handy today, and that was a 10 a.m. concept. Our morning plan on SPY. Trump extended the deadline of EU tariff till July 9th. So this was the news. The market was gapping up on this today. Our plan was long market over pre-market highs if VIX breaks under 2040, 20 or 1960. So that was the plan. Careful of gap and crap if VIX stays strong, and we would be watching Magnificent 7, amateur moves, of course, of a 10 a.m. concept as well. Let's see how the market started. Pay special attention when I said we gap and crap if VIX keeps pushing. Right at the open, we had a gap and crap. We were crapping. QQQ flushed from 516 to 514, and SPY also flushed initially in the morning candle. But you see this, only the morning amateur candle was red. So we short it, even though it's not a A+ short because we're still over 3450. So this is the amateur candle. It's a gap and crap short. But once we started to push over the 512s and there was no follow through on gap and crap, that's when I told the traders close the morning shorts over 512s. We closed the shorts, and as we approached the 10 a.m., we saw a curve. That's when I told the trader it's a 512 curve long. What is a 512 curve? It is a long setup where the 10-minute candles push over the 512 Ripster EMA Clouds. You buy options, you buy Nasdaq futures, you trade leverage ETFs, TQQQ, whatever you want to trade. But the point is we were long at that 512 curves. Even SPY was a 512 curves, but SPY was not as strong as QQQs. And I told the traders watch the pre-market high breakout. So as soon as the pre-market high breakout, we continue to push and we retest QQQ breakout. So that was the retest, breakout, retest, breakout, retest. And you hold the longs. And all day you hold the longs. I told the traders even at 10:30 that we are still long. Watch the SPY breakout. I gave the stops on QQQ as 519 area right here. Gave the stops on SPY under 588.30 and around this area. And from there on we continue to push. The steady highs. I told the traders no reason to cut as long as the 512 holds. We were trading at 70% ATR at that time. And when finally we broke the 512s on QQQs, that's where we exited. If you look at this trade on QQQs today, any lot of option you could trade 518s. They went from like $1 on the curve all the way to $3. There was a 100% trade on those QQQ calls. Or if you held on till the 512 broke, you got 200% on those calls. You could trade TQQQ. You could risk 30, 40, 50 cents and you would make $1 or $2. There was one risk to 2 or 3 reward trade on QQQ or leverage ETF TQQQ. So that was the simple long today. You long here. There's no reason to cut. And again, it's a 10 a.m. concept. So what is a 10 a.m. concept? Thousands of traders have been trading consistently with this concept because you can go to ripstereducation.com. You can study the 10 a.m. concept. You can learn the 10 a.m. concept. I've been teaching it for many, many years. That's how you make consistent money in the market. So 10 a.m. longs, your stops right under those candles. Under this candle, 10 a.m. long here, stops right here, and then you just ride. And you can, of course, add more over the pre-market high breakout, add on the retest. You see the SPY as well rallied all day long. QQQ rallied all day long. If you see that, I didn't tell my traders to stop out or take profits until we broke this 512. SPY had a glitch. I don't know what happened there, but that's why you don't really use a hard stops, because this was a glitch and it was right back on the track, running and holding the 512s. QQQ was still much better. No glitch on QQQ. You really gave nice returns. So if you were trading with $1,000, you risked what? $200, $300, $400. You easily made $2,000, $1,500. A good risk reward trading on options or on shares. So that was SPY QQQ today. We had an all-day beautiful winner on SPY QQQ. So anyways, beautiful trend day today. Gap and go, gap and go. We tried to crap a little bit. We curled 512s and continue to push our pre-market highs. We were long all day. We were not short.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.